Right. Give me a second. We get cracking. Right. Oh shit. What the fuck's going on? Give me a second. We get cracking. Little shit going on here. There we go. Close this off. And let's start then. What's going on, champs? Hope you guys doing well. Apologies for the delay that's happened. Had a few things going on anyway. Not really important, but what's important that we're here. And let's get cracking. You know how it is. So crypto has a fucking nasty ass drop now. What's funny is a lot of your favorite influencers may want to be checking out this video because they might be freaking out, saying like, "Yo, what do we do? Is it bear market? Is it over?" That's the funny thing is now. Like we'll see who the real geezers out there. We'll see who can actually trade the market right now when we have a drastic market there, a drastic drop. Who's the real leaders out there? Like whether you call it 21K to be the top, I don't think it's the top. I think it's it could be a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse than this. But to me, this is just more of the whole instigation between Sam, SBF and CZ. Those two are having a battle of the Titans and whatever you want to call it. And really and truly is the whales took advantage of this. The whales took advantage and they dropped the market, liquidated the fuck out of everyone out there who's doing longs. I was saying to the guys in the DCCs that the only alt that I actually got that I'm holding some I'm not heavy in, some is Doge. That's the only one that I'm in. Everything else I didn't buy in. I'm waiting. I was saying from last week, and I said this yesterday, is that let the midterm do its thing, then we step into the market. It's just gonna do its thing, and I'm glad that I didn't step into the market yesterday. I was looking for shorts. I was very short. I was bearish actually yesterday. I was looking for shorts. BTC, I took small profits there. Then he just then cut the position at minus 0.5 or 0.6 or whatever it was. Then he came back up to an order block, then rejected off there. At the time, I went to my uncle's at the time to give a help, give him a hand on a few things and whatnot. So I didn't see the short there. By the time I was over there and I saw the breakdown, like, well, I fucking missed it. So never mind, move on to it. And speaking about my uncle, right? I just want to take a moment for this. Actually, I want to take a moment for all the pops out there, the fathers out there. I had a very disturbing conversation with my little cousin yesterday, 9 years old. She got blasted by her dad, basically, right? I was there, and it's bedtime, right? It's bedtime. You're a 9-year-old. What are you doing at past 9 o'clock? And she cried. Obviously, she got upset because her dad shouted at her and whatnot. And she goes to me, I hate my dad. And I just ripped into her. You never ever hate anyone. Like, who are we to hate anyone, let alone your father? Shout out to the fathers out there. If your father's still around, like, I don't have a dad, right? I've said it before many times. I lost my dad when I was 23 years old, right? I had to grow up like by myself and have do my own, take my own advice as well. There's only when you lose like a father figure in your household, it doesn't have to be your dad. It could be your best friend's father. Could be like a father figure to you, or an uncle could be a father figure to you. But when you lose that, you realize the world is a very fucked up place, right? Because especially when you're young, right? But be in your 20s or your teenage years and whatever, it's a hard thing because you don't know what to do. You're just learning. You're just learning the world out there. And if you still got your father, give him a hug, show him some love, tell him I love you, man. I was saying to my little cousin, I go, like, I was like, does your dad ask you how's your day at school is every day? She's like, yeah. I'm like, do you ask your father, how's his day at work? He goes, no. Your dad sweats and bleeds at work, grinds his knuckle on the ground just to put food on the table, and you're gonna say this at 9 years old? Like, my heart broke. It really, really broke. And my sister, right, and I told her, I said, my sister, right, at the time when she lost her father, she was 8 years old. She was 8 years old. She has no father figure there. All right, yeah, she got brothers and whatever, but it's not the same. It's not the same because my sister and my pops were very, very fucking close. So I go, you still got your dad, man. You can still hug your dad. It doesn't have to be your dad, your mom, whatever. you know. And like if you're a father, you understand what I'm talking about, because it hurts. The worst thing you can have is having your kid tell you that you hate, that he or she hates you. So don't speak like that to your parents, right? I know they're a pain in the ass sometimes. My mom still drives me up the wall from time to time, but that's family, man. That's family. We don't turn our backs on family no matter what. You know, just be cool. All right. That's my rant over. You know, like I do miss my dad yesterday, man. I went home yesterday and I was just sad. I was really, really sad, man. Really, really upset about the whole thing. And I just thought about my pops. And I'm like, I would give everything back. Literally everything. To have 1 minute just to hug my pops. I mean, it is what it is. World's shit. You know. Sometimes you just need that the old man. I wish I could hear him shout at me again one more time, just to call me a dickhead or something like that. But it is what it is. So big love to family, big love to your pops. Send some love to your parents as well. If you haven't called your parents in a little while, and you're living away, just give them a call, man. Trust me, because one day we're gonna be parents. One day, probably. I don't know. I mean, the world. Some people don't want to be parents or whatever, but they want to have fun. It is what it is. But one day when you do become a parent, you don't want to go through pain and think about, like, your kids don't like you, or you're trying for your kids and they're ungrateful. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. So if you show that positive energy to your family, to your mum and dad, it will come back to you, inshallah. Okay, so that's it. Let's get cracking. Let's give some shout out as we go. So we got Madcap Pat. How you doing, brother? You got a Crash Bandicoot play here. Big love to you, brother. We got Daink Country Clubs here. Uncle Caffrey. Who do you trust from Twitter to recommend meme coins? Ooh. There's a number of them I think that I use, There's Aeon, Crypto Aeon is one, AEON. We've got Eric Cryptoman's another one. He's really into his meme coins. I really, I do listen to his advice as well. Who else? Can't think that you just caught me off the top of the head. There's quite a list of these degenerate traders as well, and they made a killing. Like, for example, WCI. I was told about WCI when it was dirt cheap as well. At the time, I didn't go in, and that was an epic move from WCI. World Cup, makes sense though, because the World Cup was coming out, and I didn't get in, so it is what it is. I missed out on that, and it was some of these degen guys that messaged me, yo, get into WCI, get in WCI. Didn't get in, but I missed out. But we'll see how it goes. But I can't really think. Probably, like, you can get a list if you message me on Twitter. I can give you a list of them as well. What else we got? Mr. M, how you doing, my brother? Deploying capital to save the market. Bless you, my bro. Adam here. We got Hal Fossil. Turnahan, 7 minutes late. I do apologize that Turnahan. Vale's in the house. Ed's here. Morning to you too, my brother. Took a short for then an immediate long. It's been less than 3 days. Already 2K up in profit. Shit, MGM. MashaAllah. Good to have you. Good to hear that as well. And good to have you here too as well. GP's in the house. He ate some takeaway, fam. To the patient. Paul Sinclair's here. Lurox here. Yeah, it's been a bit of a massive FUD, really. I believe it's a FUD. All right, and we'll go through the whole market itself, why I think it's a FUD, which is quite important. And then we'll look at the BTC situation and the Ethereum situation, what we're going to go on there. We got Carl. We got Rob Skinner. Good to have you here. Cryptique's in the house. Love you too as well. Love you too, Daink Country Club. Guna's here. Soren's in the house. What's going on, my bro? Once you've become a father, this shit will hit you differently 100 times worse. Yeah, 100%. Bam Bam. What's going on, Bam Bam? It's been a while. Thank you, Ed. Appreciate that. You open for today is very touching. I lost my dad in the beginning of this pandemic. Oh, bless you, man. May he rest in peace as well. And hopefully you see him in heaven. And he's well. And I wish you and your family all the best as well. That's tough as well to lose a family member at the pandemic, especially at the beginning, because that was a scary moment there. So big love to you there, and wish you all the best as well. So let's get cracking. All right, so working out dollar index is nothing's really changed, right? So it's like, again, the same range band environment we're playing in. I'm going to delete all this for a second because I can't be asked to draw this all out. Actually, I'm going to leave this on for a second. Let me delete this and let me delete this, and I'll bring everything back on later because these are my levels, right? It really is the level, right? It really is just a level play here, okay? Dollar index, right? This is the high, swing low. Nothing's really changed. Mid-range, we've got a consolidation over here. We found resistance there, deviation over here. Sells off, back to range low. That's all it is. We're still in range low. We got midterms today, right? We talked about that yesterday. We talked about it last week. We got midterms today. So what's important, right, is what we're going to react over here. There's a consolidation here, which we'll discuss in a second. But before I do so, I just want to touch base on one thing before we actually carry on. Look at this. Right? From a key level. See that red line? That's the key level. Let me just hide all this shit. Where the fuck is it? Right? Put this line over here. This is a key low. Right? We've done a deviation. Is this the deviation now? That's the question. Is this the deviation? Right? And you pull back, break down, lose this low here. We can sell off level to level as this area here, then go to here, and then we'll see what happens on this area. There's certain levels that we need to work out. I mean, this high here is the first key area that we'll be looking for, but we play it level to level as it is. So that key low over here is the importance right now, where we're finding resistance. So that's one thing, right? Off a weekly time frame, it looks like okay, the top could be in, potentially could be in. Like looking at the yearly, we've had such a fucking pull, like a push up in the motherfucking market, right? This is the yearly candle there. It's natural to have a pullback. It's natural to have a pullback. Let's say we close here for the yearly. I don't fucking know. I'm just making up some bullshit story, all right? So this is let's say the candle looks like this, right? That's there, and then we go like that, and we close like this, okay? And then we wick into like that. That's the high. Let's just say that's the high, right? Well, what can we say from this? You see this low here? That's capping the market there. Well, I didn't fucking do it properly. This high here is the pivot. About there, give or take. It doesn't really fucking matter. But then coming to the new world order, to the new year, into the new year. There we can see if we pull back into levels over here, and that could be the wick of the market, or do we make a high up there and then do the pullback? We don't fucking know. So we'll work this out coming around December time, but it's natural for a pullback. We're coming back into key levels, right? Which was obviously on the yearly. You can't really see it properly, but this, right? I just want to show you this. This high here. What is that? Does anyone know what this is? Can anyone tell me before I even say what the word is? What is this high? What's so particular about this high? I'll give you a second. While you guys scramble for your keyboards and be like, oh shit, Deng's actually asked me a question. Alright, there's 39 of you here, right? Someone's got to give me an answer. Quick roll up at the same time. Supply, bearish block. Alright, cool. So we got supply, we got bearish block. Anyone else? Resistance block, cool. Order block, okay. So people actually thinking that's Hugh Janus got a resistance block. Yeah, I can see, understand that. Double top. Oh yeah, I can see the double top you're talking about. Yeah, I can see what PH412 INHO is saying. Right, I'm just making a quick cigarette in the meantime. Distribution, okay. Do that there. Right, so what it is, right, it's an order block. That's an order block, okay? Bearish order block zone, yep, exactly. MGM is saying, so the one saying resistance block, order block, bearish block, it's all very, that's the right way to say it, actually. It's an order block, right? It's the last up candle that sends the market back down, right? Can you see this on the yearly? We're talking about the fucking yearly, fam. 12 months, you know what I'm sayaying? Walaikum salam, Rafi. How you doing, brother? Man, bro, I just said fucking, and then I gotta say walaikum salam, man. You caught me at the wrong time, bro. Bear trap. So, it's an order block, right? We'll know if this is a legitimate order block here, right? Once we close below here. Once we close below there, and we start breaking down, right? And it's an order block. All we've got here, really and truly, if that's the range low, let me remove that. If that's the low over here, and that's the high, this is the mid-range, and look where we found a bit more higher, around there. This is the mid-range. What happened? We've just come to the mid-range broken down. If this was a 5-minute chart, or a 1-minute chart, or even a 15-second chart, I'll be taking a short. In all honesty, I'll be looking to take a short, right? My invalidation, right? My stop loss would be here. That's what I'll be looking for, right? Just off the bat, because then we're looking for a pullback into here. Right, that's target one. Then we'll see what happens. Right, if we were gonna take shorts, right? Let's just say this is a short there. We see a pullback into here, If we hold above this, shows bullish market structure on the lower time frame. On this example, it might be the weekly itself. And then I'll be like, all right, then we're going to play it back into the block here. I can still be short over here with a hard stop there, because we could come back in as a retest, play it back down. Once we get below this low here, then we're like, you know what, motherfucker, let's send this back down. Then we got the next SR, which is this high over here. Then we can play it back down into here. Does that make sense? So it's all just part of the plan that the price is doing what it wants to do. I'm not saying I'm bearish on the market. I'm not saying, yeah, let's fuck. It hasn't confirmed it's bearish. Let's be honest. It hasn't confirmed it's bearish. We're just thinking of the idea of what if it's a bearish block. It makes sense from a yearly point of view. That is an order block there. It's a bearish order block. It will be proven as a bearish order block once we start finding resistance on a lower time frame and starts breaking down. Then we're like, yeah, that's a bearish order block. We're just anticipating that it is a bearish order block, because what can happen is that, like on the downside, where could I be wrong? It's literally this very block itself. We decide to hold as a range, right? Because for those, like if you were long in here, right? So you know, like look at this, right? You got a fucking. Let me draw this out properly. Let's not be lazy about that. We got a fucking trend line here, right? You guys seen this on Twitter a lot. You've seen a lot of these influencers and a lot of guys, and even I use it. I use the trend line too as well, breakout trend lines kind of shit. This is one of the cool plays to actually take out like longs and whatnot. So let me just make this roll. Sorry about this, guys. Had a little bit of a situation, you know, like that's why there was a bit of a delay there. Sorry about that. November and December still to play out. I agree. November and December still to play out. So we don't know. But like, if you're looking at this, right? From a perspective of a trader's perspective, like let's say that you were a swing trader, right, and you got this trend line over here, got this high here acting as resistance. We have a clean break above there. Bang, motherfucker decided to go up there. You'd be longing, right, because you got a clean smash, right? You'd be longing, and where would your first target would be off the base of this. That's your first. This whole situation, you can play this on the minute, the 5 seconds, the 10 seconds, the 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever time frame you want to play, whichever you feel comfortable. You can play the whole situation as that. You'll be playing it off the base here. That's the first target 1, and target 2 will be the mid range. Target 3 will be range high. So already, and then where would you cut it if we get back below and start finding resistance? You cut the rest of the fucking trade. You know what I'm saying? So looking at this at the yearly, it's not too fucking bad, right? Like, don't get too fucking, like, you know, I mean, look, again, we can come back up, take out the stops. I've seen this happen many times, right? And then play back down, and then do this, get back below here, fucking bearishness, fucking go back down level to level. That's a very possible way, right? But it's not looking too shabby, if you ask me, right? If you ask me, I think it could have been a lot worse, right? If we have broken these highs there, this high here in particular, and shows bullishness, right, and does something like this, fucking hell, we're going up higher. Then yeah, crypto is going to be a bit more fucked. Stock market's going to be fucked. Okay, so it's not too shabby, right? Don't get too stressed out. Don't get too fucking. Is that a cup of handle? Well, you're talking about this the cup, and then this could be the handle. It could well be, which is why I'm saying this would be the like off a yearly, this could be the target. Right, and if we hold above it, we'll come back into the block itself, reclaim the block, we'll play it level to level up into these highs, and if it breaks out, whatever and whatnot. But remember, cup and handles all memes, so like these memes have a context. So if we're anticipating a breakout, these cup and handles are very positive. They're good for us because we're anticipating a breakout. But how many of you guys are really anticipating a breakout of dollar index to go to fucking to these highs over here? 165. No one's fucking talked about 165. You know what I'm saying? Play level to level, Paul, right? So if he does break out, yeah, we say, yeah, it's a cup of handle, but we play it level to level. I do expect some resistance of, you know, like I like to see the yearly close below here. Below, what's the number? 108.90. If we can, well, that's the wrong number to say. My math teacher's going to be upset if I said that. 108.09, right? As long as we get below 108.0.9, we get below this low here in particular, and we close below this low, it's good. Then when we say, okay, the yearly can start to push up, any deviation, break down, bearish market structure, fucking sell the shit out of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is. That's dollar index, right? Off the yearly. I don't know why I did that, but fuck it, let's do it. Yo, Ismail, what's going on, brother? I don't know who Ismail is. Just I said it as if I know the geezer. But yeah, what's going on, Ismail? He just came in as, yo, what you saying, G? Dank. I think that's what he's trying to say. I think that's what he's trying to say. What you saying, G? I think so. Something along the lines. But what you saying, bro? You good? But yeah, importance. The importance that we need to start talking about is what the fuck is going on here. Let me get my levels back up. And I'm just gonna talk about the fucking, get these motherfucking shit in. Yeah, cool. Right. I just want to talk about what's going on because we've got midterm coming on, right? And everyone's a bit freaking out, right? We're seeing crypto fucking dump, right? Everyone's fucking saying, yo, it's fucking over. It's not looking too good. But listen, crypto fucking took a dump, right? We know CZ and Sam Bankman-Friedman, whatever, the KFC guy. He's freaking, what you call it? I'm chilling, man. What are you saying there? Yeah, we know KFC and freaking McDonald's are actually, no, not McDonald's, that's wrong. CZ and KFC are actually having a bit of a Twitter beef war between FTT and all this whole kind of situation, right? Now KFC, right? Like, let him do his thing. Colonel can do his thing in it, right? But we know, like, what would you prefer, right? Are we team KFC? Are we team McDonald's? What are we? KFC? Oh fucking hell! Some of the shit I say, man, I can get into trouble with this stuff. Fine, we'll smoke this properly. So they're doing it, motherfucking Binance and FTT. It is Popeyes. We got Popeyes, isn't it? The Popeyes is bland, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had Popeyes in Turkey, fam, and that's bland as fuck, man. That's not chicken, fam. Like, Justin, bro, you need to have some. But you need to come to my yard in it, and I'll make you some proper chicken in it. But Popeyes is bland, fam. I swear to God, I was in Turkey in June, right? And I saw Popeyes. I'm like, you know what? I've never been to Popeyes. Everyone talks about Popeyes and shit like that. Let's go there. Maybe it was the one in Turkey, but it was bland. I'm like, I couldn't even eat it. Team sold at $3. You know what? That's fucking not bad though. I got eyes on $5 though. I got eyes on $5. How you doing, Jordan? How you doing? That's right. Smash the likes as well. Appreciate that. So, looking at KFC and thingy and Popeyes, isn't it? They're having their war, right? Really and truly, right? Let's go on the 15 minutes, right? And we can start finding a range because what's more important than KFC and Popeyes? We've got the midterm to focus about, right? Like, we had the start of the week, right? This is the start of the week, right? This is the high of the week, right? Well, not the high of the week. This is like the weekly open kind of thing. We found support, bit of a deviation, comes up there, takes out these highs, sells the fuck off, right? And now we're right here. We know that we established the range low, and really and truly, right? Through this, right, we can start narrowing things down. This low here in particular, that's a key low here, and this high in particular is where it's acting as resistance. All right, let me just talk this out for a second, right? So we got this low, resistance, come back there, resistance, deviation, resistance, right? We come back, support, deviation, sells off, right? And all we do is a deviation, support, a bit of a little deviation right here, right? As long as we hold this level here, we can play level to mid-range to motherfucking level, range high. And that's all we're doing. We're just playing it, ping pong the motherfucker back down as it does what it wants to do, and just keep playing it like that. That's all we're doing. So whatever he wants to do, we play within this range. Okay? Makes sense. We've seen the crypto market took a nasty ass shit, right? That diarrhea, we need to fucking shove a suppository up his fucking ass in it because it's looking fucking horrible. Yo, Joe, what you saying? Pirates in the house, good to have you here as well. Oil blood in the house, everybody bow. So it reminds me of that song by, what's his name? Fucking Jack Harlow. That's called Nail Tech, in it. It's like the wheels touch down and everybody bows. Some shit like that he says. But it's really good to have you here. Yeah, Popeye's dry in it. Even Rafa is saying that Popeye's fucking dry. Ed's from thingy from the UK, from America. Don't know if Popeye's halal over there in it, but like if you had Popeye's, astaghfirullah, and it's not halal, I don't know what to say about that, Ed. But what do you think though? I know there's a Popeye's in Dubai. I never had it. But I have. Oh, that reminds me. When I had friends who had Popeyes. They're like, it's okay for the first time, just to have the experience to say, yeah, I've had Popeyes. So they were right about that. So that's literally it. Once we lose this low here, right? So we don't know what's gonna happen. This is the midterm kind of the shenanigan, right? Once we lose this low, right? Then we can say, yeah, time to short it back into this space over here. Lose this low there. We send this back down. We're bearish on the yearly, right? We're expecting a pullback of the yearly, but we don't know how much of a pullback is going to happen. Is it going to happen or is it not going to happen? We don't know. We're expecting crypto to still be bullish. If we're expecting crypto to be bullish, we're expecting dollar index to have a pullback. And if pullback happens on the yearly, come to December, or we can come back to this fucking video and like, ain't we fucking right? Chick-fil-A. Okay, I got you Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. Shout out to all the chickens out there, man. I mean, if you're vegan and you're against and like meat and stuff like that, like I'm sorry, Nick, but like I do love a bit of chicken and but I'm more of a meat eater. I'm a meat guy. I'm a beef guy. Ooh, a zinger. You're bringing back to Mauritius pirate, a zinger meal. So we got some team KFC here. So that's the one where we're looking for shorts and then bullishness for longs in terms of BTC. Shout out to all the chickens out there. Fucking hell, what am I on today? Fucking hell. So, if it's going to be bad for crypto, a price action like this, right? Reclaim this high in particular, hold above it, go back to this. This is target 1, right? Squeeze into there. If we don't reject into this and break down, then like that'll be alright. If you start to hold above this, take out the high of the week itself, reclaim this level, it's fucking bad for crypto. Then we come back to the mid-range of the range itself. But we're only going to focus on, because it's midterm, we're going to focus on this little area. Nothing too much to worry about. But I just want to take you into perspective of calming the fuck down, right? How many of you guys, you're not late, my bro. You're not late. Like, we're just still talking about this whole dollar index shit. Now, how many of you guys are freaking the fuck out when it comes to Bitcoin dropping? Bitcoin dropped like good about 4.5%. Ethereum dropped like good 5.5%, 6% or some shit like that, right? Did you guys all freak out and shut yourself a little bit that you need to change your underwear? To me, it doesn't look that bad, right? To me, it looks like it's fucking planned, like not even planned selling. It was the whales that took advantage of this whole situation that's going on. The reason why, thank you, Madcap, smash likes everybody as well. So the reason why, right, is that, yeah, Cryptique's not freaking out anymore. I wonder why, Cryptique. Fucking Cryptique's a legend, that's why. Yeah, the reason why I'm not freaking out is just have a look, right? So we use, right? So what do I go through in the stream every single time? We go through dollar index, we go through the ES, okay? And then from ES, I make a plan on BTC and Ethereum, okay? Now, there's 3 like major stocks that we look at, right? You got the US 500, which is the S&P. You got the US 100, which is NASDAQ, and the US 30, which is the Dow Jones, okay? I've discussed this before on previous streams. Looks to me to be a standard move to the range low. Yeah, unless it breaks down. Okay, we'll have a look. And now I'm craving Royale with cheese. Oh, skin face, man. You guys are making me hungry, fam. It's like fucking 11 o'clock in the UK. And oh, man. And I'm getting sidetracked on food. So I was saying that. We've got the US 500, the US 100, and the US 30, right? These are like the major stocks that's in the market itself, right? The S&P, the NASDAQ, and the Dow, okay? We've discussed on streams previously in regards to how do we play that, is that we're looking for 2 of those moves, right? 2 out of 3, which out of the S&P, NASDAQ, and the Dow. Right, pay attention to this motherfucker right here. Like, if you're switching off here, I've seen some people just leave the chat here, right? That's their loss, right? Fuck them. But this is alpha shit. I'm repeating this again, which I repeated it back in, I believe it was in May, June time when I said this, right? So this is now, I think, a little while afterwards, and then just to refresh your mind. If you're looking for swing plays, right, what you'd be looking for, you look at those 3 markets, the NASDAQ, the Dow, and the S&P, and you want to see 2 of them out of the 3 doing either higher high, showing bullish market structure, or a higher low to take the effect of that trade, right? To have the justification of whether we're long or bearish. If one does a high and the other 2 does a low, that means we're going down. And vice versa. So that's what we're looking at. So now that we just briefly just recapped it. No source, by the bruv, no source, fam. What, you fucking mad? You're not having no source. Honestly, been through so many dumps now that it doesn't affect me much. And none of the recent ones has been that bad. True. Kind of missed the proper nukes we had earlier. It was brutal. The brutal one. You know, you become numb to it. You do become numb to it, and you become calm to the whole situation as you start to experience it a bit more. So yeah. Look at those 3, right? We know crypto has dropped down, so let's just look at one by one, right? So I'm going to look at the US 500, right? Which is the S&P. Is it doing anything in particular, right? This is on the 15 minutes, right? It's grinding up. It's grinding up. But Bitcoin decided to fucking nuke. It's grinding up. Okay, so that's okay. So as long as it's grinding up, that's one down, right? I need to see another one. Do we see another grinding down? If we see one that new like Bitcoin, or two of them that new like Bitcoin, then we should be a little bit worried then. Okay, so it's grinding up. That's US 500. Let's look at the US 100. Fingers crossed. It's grinding up. It's actually taking out this high. So that's one. That shows us some strength. That's number one. So we got two of them that's actually looking good. We've seen dollar index is just range banding, no problem. Let's see US 30. What's going on? It's grinding up. It's grinding up. They all look the fucking same. The three major stocks that we're looking at all looks the fucking same. There's nothing going on. It's only the motherfucking Bitcoin and Ethereum decided to say, you know what? I don't give a flying fuck about anybody of you guys, and decided to do bang, suck my dick. That's what it did. That's what it really did. It really did. Said suck my dick. And all we gotta do, we're either gotta choke on that shit, or we're like, nah, we're fighting. We're fighting with it. So, to me, it's really and truly. Pyro likes that joke, and Bayo does as well. Really and truly, what it is, it's just the whales, right, are just fucking taking the piss, isn't it? They're literally taking the piss. They're freaking the shit out of everybody, and they're saying, like, how many mans bought Ethereum at $1,500-$1,600, and they just wiped down to like 1440, now at 1478. How many mans have done that? How many mans have bought Doge, including myself? I bought Doge around just like 12.3 cents and so, and it's dumped down. That's the only alts I've got in. It's dumped down, no problem. All right. How many mans bought Sol? Sol was the funniest one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sol was the most jokiest one here. This, I was telling the guys about this early on as well. This was the Google announcement. It was like, well, we didn't know, we had no rumors about this, right? But it's by the rumor sell the news, and the news came out, and then bang, it sells off. Obviously, it's related to FTT. It's a very heavy on FTX, sorry, backed by Sam quite heavily as well. So that's gonna take a hit. Look at this. Look at the fucking FTT. FTT took a fucking dump and a half. Nasty ass dump. And it's interesting. And I was saying this to the guys. I want to pass this on to you guys. Oh shit, you bought spot yesterday. Oh, fucking pirate, man. Jeez, 32 to 38 to 28 in under 72 hours. Damn, boy. Damn. That's a nasty one. But look. So you know you got CZ, right? CZ was told by one of KFC's henchmen, right? Like that they will buy CZ's FTT by $22. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you, there's 51 of you guys in here, and I'm going to ask each and every one of you guys, and I would like an answer from all of you guys. If you were in CZ's position, be honest, don't chat shit, don't act cool, whatever. If you were CZ's position, you've seen what happened now, wouldn't you want to sell at $22? Would you want to sell at $22 OTC? Sell all your fucking 2 billion on the market, on the spot. It was like, I think it's like let's say $2 billion. It's $2 billion, sell it off, say, yo, here you go, Sam, take my FTT, give my 2 billion by BNB or whatever, or BUSD or whatever, and I'll be happy. And then you wake up the next day and you're CZ, you're sipping on your coffee, right? And you're like, ha 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 ha, motherfucker, you know? Like, that's what you'd be doing, innit? You know, you'd be laughing away. You put your glasses on, you're like, yeah, motherfucker. And you know how he looks with, like, he's got a really small head. It'd be really funny by looking at that. But you see that, right? And you're like, this, you're cracking yourself away. You're fucking laughing. You're like, yo, this is the one. Yeah, CZ, go for the jugular. Everyone to see how everyone getting mad about that. Like, everyone's gonna say, yo, $22 would be in a bargain, because right now I'm up like fucking 20%. Right? That's what you're thinking, isn't it? No, it's a sell pressure. It's psychological. Okay, Madcap is the only one at the moment is saying like he wouldn't sell it, but everyone else is agreeing, right? But CZ wanted to nuke the FTT. But that's the thing is, CZ said on Twitter that he's going to be selling his FTT tokens over a period of 4 months. He's not stupid to sell in small portions as we go on. Right now, what I want you to understand is that if you were in CZ's position, right, and you're a billionaire, the reason why we're all saying yes, of course, we'll do it, hell yeah, we're saying all that sell, we're all saying that stuff right now, right? The reason why is because we're all poor, right? We're all poor. We've not seen millions and millions of dollars, let alone fucking billions, right? We've not seen millions. That's why we're poor, and we're gonna say yes, because we've seen how brutal the market is, and you're looking at this whole situation. Oh yeah, it's a bear market still. It's a bear market still. That's what you're thinking. It's just a fucking bear market. And bear market, I'm happy to buy BNB at $10. I'm happy to buy Solana at $2. I'm happy to buy fucking LTC at $5. I'm happy to buy Ethereum at $300. I'm happy to buy Bitcoin at 12k. Why? Because you've been listening to Twitter. You're gonna be listening to Twitter. You're not gonna think for yourself for a moment. The problem is you're not thinking for yourself. Let me chat to you guys for a moment, right? You're not thinking thinking about as a businessman, as a smart move. Now, if you were bullish, right? Because it all flipped. Everyone's saying yes, we will sell now because we saw the dump now. Because you're thinking of hindsight. If I could go back in time, I would have definitely sold my FTT at $22. Fuck that shit. That's what you're looking at. But you gotta remember, you're a trader. If you're here, you're a trader. You're trying to follow the market. You want to understand the technical analysis, trying to understand what price action is. But you also got to get into the mind of the psychological aspect of what is the potential move going on the upside compared to the downside. We know crypto for the past fucking months and months and months, right? Since the beginning of the year, right? Well, November when we made the high. Let's call it December. From December, we've been making lower lows. We're making lower highs all the way down. Bearish market structure. We've had literally 11 months, 12 months from the top, really. I think it was the top, was November, something like that. We've had 12 months of downwards, you know. You're so in tune to the idea of just being bearish. That's the problem. When you're in tune with that idea that it's just fully bearish, and you're not in tune with what the market is, you gotta look at what the potential move is. Is there a potential move for the upside? Is there a potential move for the downside? You gotta work these out. So what I do, I day trade. By day trading, I don't marry my fucking buyers. Yesterday I talked about shorts. I got into a short with BTC. I got into a short with Solana. I'm in a very good thing. I took profits at 5.3R, and I had the rest of my position at break even. I got stopped out on break even. I made a very good play on that. I was bearish on Solana. I was bearish on Ethereum. I was bearish on BTC. Ask the guys on DCC. I was looking for shorts. BTC, what happened is I entered the trade on BTC. I got in. I took small profits at 1.9R, and then I was watching the thingy. I wanted to break down. Instead, I cut the trade about, I think it's a minus 0.5R trade. I took a loss on that as well. Yeah, a small little scratch of loss actually, to be honest, compared to the profit I took. I did take a tiny bit of a loss there, which is very, very minute. It doesn't really matter. And but then like it comes back to the original plan, which was the deeper pullback off an order block and then sells off. Now at the time I wasn't around to watch the market, to watch the chart. I didn't see that, so like I would have caught the thing in the shorts because it went to according to plan, right? Now if you're bullish on thingy, so what I want to say to you, if you're bullish in November, everyone's changing their mind in terms of bullishness in November, right? Because of the idea that Bitcoin has took a massive, nasty drop, right? This session is going to be a bit longer than usual. I would have wanted it to be an hour, but I don't think it's going to be an hour because there's a lot to talk about that I want you guys to understand the mindset behind it, okay? So you see this drop now, okay? What was I saying? Fucking hell, I lost the fucking thought of mine. Oh, I lost the thing here. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying, guys? Someone remind me? Fuck. Motherfucker. I lost it all now. I lost it. What's in my head? We're talking about the drop. We're talking about Binance. And that's easy. Oh, yeah. You're bullish. You're bullish in November, right? You're bullish in November. What that means is recession is going to take longer. Yeah. So if you're bullish in thingy on November, what you're looking for is that you're expecting a mini alt run. BTC, we're looking for 24k, right? I don't care about the 21k that people are saying that 21k is the top or whatever. We don't know. It could well be. But we'll have to look at the probability. We'll talk about the charts in just a second. So if you're bullish on BTC and bullish on Ethereum, you're bullish on alts as well at the same time. You as a thing, CZ could have sold his whole $22 at 2 billion. He could have sold it on the spot, no problem. Here you go. Wake up today. He's drinking his coffee. He's giggling away and something like that. But that's not a smart businessman. A smart businessman don't giggle away. A smart businessman understands. Okay, there's a potential. I'm not saying it's a fact. It's a potential move on the upside. So I'm willing to hold that $2 billion, and I start selling at a 20% move up. So 2 billion now becomes 2.4 billion. We're now talking about 400 million extra just by holding through this little dump. If he's gonna sell, he's gonna sell it. He may be at a loss of below 2 billion, but he got this at private sale. Okay, after like a C sale, whatever he got it in. He got in a like he was an investor. He was an investor, and so he got it at dirt cheap prices. So even now, if he sells now, he's still bullish. But if you were a trader, you'd be like, okay, let's have a look at the market. Went through Dixie. Dixie looks like it's in a range bound environment. It hasn't dumped. Went through Dow, hasn't dumped. Went through Nasdaq, hasn't dumped. Went through S&P, hasn't dumped. But BTC has. The difference BTC has. Now this is where we start looking at some of these alts and some of these fucking what you call it, fucking, what was I saying? Yeah, like now we start looking at the higher time frame levels, what the higher time frame levels are doing in respect to alts, in respect to BTC, in respect to Ethereum. I want to give an example. Look at BNB for 1 second. BNB, right? Where is that? It's just below the monthly open now. That's what it is. We've taken out the low of the monthly open. If it's going to be bearish, right? If it's going to be bearish, I'm just saying, if it's going to be bearish, right, what will happen is prices come back down, right? This is the low over here. We want to see some support, reclaim and hold above it. That's what we want to see, to play it level to level into these areas here, and then into these highs, and then take out these highs over there. That's each level per, bullish momentum going into this mid-range 3640s, right? So that's what we're looking for. But if it was going to be bearish, right, what you're looking for is if it breaks down, goes back down, retest, breaks down, and then you can play out to take out these lows there, and then retest back into this high here. Now this high, which is about a 302 level, we're looking at the 15 minutes. It's the 15 minutes, and I said to you early on to zoom out and have a look what's going on. We're going to zoom out in just a second, and I'm going to show you what that level is. But that's from a lower time frame, playing it down back to this level to level, right? They say that you can't play level to level. I don't know, or like who says that? But I had some friends tell me like, yeah, level to level doesn't make sense. I'm like, okay, don't worry about it, brother. You should just do your thing in it, because like it for me, I've learned level to level from SC. Shout out to SC. Like alhamdulillah, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have learned this much TA through him, through anyone else compared to SC. So what this is, right, it's a range bound environment. I love my ranges. This is July's low. This is July's high. July's low is right here. Let me hide my fucking face because it's blocking everything, right? There you go, right? We've got July's low right here. July's high there. This is the consolidation. We have this is a deviation, resistance. We come back out, and then we smashed up. We took out these highs. Bullish momentum already. It's a bullish momentum already. So now we just need to hold the monthly open, and then we can say back to the next level, right? If it's going to be bullish, what we want to see is literally, let me just hide all this shit, right? Let me go on the 4 hours. I think the 4 hours will make a bit of sense, right? And you can do the same shit for all the motherfucking bullshit coins out there, right? And look at this. You see this here? This area consolidation, right? This is an area consolidation. What happened is we haven't closed below it. If we start closing below it, then any retest, bearish market structure, then we can play it back to level 1. Well, let's do this. Level 1. That's level 1. That'll be level 2. And then we'll see what happens there. Alright? And if it comes back down, that's target 1. Target 2 over here. And if we come back down, play bearishness, then we can play for without these inefficiencies there. Then you got inefficiencies there. And this is another range bound environment. Does that make sense? So that's what we're looking for. So in retrospect, right, that where we are, I'm just using BNB as an example, right? In retrospect, this is support, because this block was acting as resistance over here. That resistance come back down, and we smashed above it. Do you know how I say we get back up and hold above it, and then do bullish reclaim and whatever, and then we're looking for this kind of price action? You know how I do this, right? That's what it's pretty much doing. It just done it deeper. It just did a massive dirty ass motherfucking stop run. You know what I'm saying? What stop run? Let me show you. Bastard, where is it? Anyway, it doesn't really fucking matter. See the stop run over here? That's what it's done. And look at where we are trading at over here. So if you guys recall back to the old Daink back in like fucking when May happened, when the May dump happened, and the fucking the all the dumps in September and all. I've done these videos on Twitter, and I'm doing this on YouTube right here for you guys, right? When you see a drastic drop, any sort of drastic drop, leave it. Don't knife catch it. I'm telling you, the worst thing you can do is knife catching it, because you don't even know how far can you go, right? If you're knife catching it here with a stop loss here, what happened? You got stopped out, right? Just let it do its thing. Let it do its drop, and then what happens? I'll show you, right? What happens? We get Price does its thing over here. We have a fucking drop, right? And then we can do something like this, and then nasty ass drop, right? When we have this drop, right, this is the main motherfucking drop. You see this? Right, that's the main drop. When we have a nasty drop, price will then consolidate on its own, right? Will have its consolidation. All you got to do is establish the range, and then now you can play the level as it comes. Do we break above it, hold above it, and then we can go to level, or do we break below it and then increase? This plan here and this plan here is how you increase your probability of taking the right trade. It's not being, oh yeah, market dump, let's fucking dump this shit out of it. Oh, market dump, well, let's buy here. Or DCA here. I don't know who dickhead donkeys out there saying like, yeah, DCA. They're all saying that, oh, buy. Bro, what I'm saying is, right, you have a plan. Like, I had plans yesterday of Ethereum long. I had plans of Ethereum long. I was trying to show where confirmation was. That's a plan. I couldn't get in because it didn't give me the confirmation for me to actually long it, right? But instead, it started breaking down. It broke down. It let it do its thing. You've got all these donkeys that happen over the last couple of months or a year or two, right? They talk about DCA. I don't like talking about DCA. I'm not a fan of DCA. I like to look at things level to level. Okay, so having a plan, right, is one thing. So we got the bullish plan and the bearish plan, right? The third thing also you can also do is that when you've got, now this is alpha, by the way. Smash the motherfucking likes, man, right? And share this, share the content as well. So pass it over to your moms and dads and your uncles and aunts and cousins and shit like that, because they can learn a lot from this as well. So yeah, so when you got like a consolidation up here, now you've got a range that's being established. You can play within range band to range band, from this low to mid to high. Let it do its thing, come back down, play it from the mid, from the high, back into the mid, back into the low. And you just ping pong the shit out of it as many times as you want. And when it's ready to fucking break out, take out these highs, holds above it, then you're like, you know what, I'm playing the fucking breakout play, let's go. Either side, on the downside or the bottom side, whichever it is, I don't fucking know. That's the gist that we're looking for. Now, what we're looking for now is how, let's go on the daily. Saying that in mind, look at that. What do we say? We have a drastic drop here. Fuck's sake. There we go. We have a drastic drop here. All this was a drastic ass drop there. Massive drop there, right? We established this range. So we have this drop here. We established a range. There's a range bound environment from this low here to this high there. Play it from low to high, high to low, low to mid. Come back down, find support of this block, goes up to high. There's a deviation. Once it step back in, play it back to mid, mid back to low, and it breaks out. It's a fast breakout. It's broken out. We have another drastic drop there, right? So fuck's sake, I keep doing this shit. We have another drastic drop. Then we have another drop. So once we have a drop there, we have a range bound environment right here. Where's the range? This is the range low, and that's the range high. And all we have is this was a deviation of the range, and we play from the low to high, high to low, low back to high into this boulder block there. Come back to low, we lose this low there, break it back down. Another drastic drop. And then we have another range over here. And it just so happens that this is a breakout to play it back on the upside. But if you were to squeeze this all in together, right, you can see that from the high in November, right, all the way down to June, this is it's been a relentless 12-month move, right? Horrible 12-month move. But really and truly, right, we've got a range bound environment right over here. Can you see that? That's the range itself. That's the range. The only difference is that you didn't even pay attention that the range that we've been playing back was back in May, after the drastic drop from around $690, nearly $700. So now we've got in the range. Now the question comes down to, do we reclaim and hold above it? Should bullish price action, then we can play it level to level. That's what we're looking for. Or is this? That's number one. Or is this going to break down, find resistance, lose this low here, find resistance. This is your entry. Hard stop here, because that's the deviation, right? We don't expect price to come up there because we're bearish. We're playing back in the range. Remember, you got to ask yourself the fuck you're doing back in the range. And you're playing back to mid, from the mid. See how it goes. Take into these lows. Take out this liquidity over here. Take out liquidity. Back to range low. That's what it is. Range bound to range bound, motherfucker. There's nothing to worry about. In my opinion, there's nothing to worry about. We talked about I'm using BNB as a very in-depth analysis of how you'll be looking at this for your own strategy itself. It's entirely up to you guys if you want to take on board of this, or if you appreciate this. If you do, I really appreciate you guys smashing this out, and hit the subscribe button as well. Okay. So now we just went through the whole idea of this shit as well. That's more of an education content for you guys going forward, and that's there for you. Now look at this, right? Let's just start marking out BTC. What's going on with BTC, right? Bring up my levels. Well, really, we've come back into monthly open. Monthly open, really, that was October's monthly open. It's not fucking monthly open of the fucking, what you call it? All right, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, we'll delete this, right? We don't need that. What we need to focus on, right, was this range band environment here, right? This low to this high is a weekly range. And all it is, price range band in here, we had some deviation, come back down to range low, deviation, all this deviation. And we come to mid-range. When we come to mid-range, and all we've done really, right, is from the mid-range, we've lost the mid-range, we've come back to range low. So if we come back to range low, we've come back to this area consolidation. Can you see this in particular? Right here? This area consolidation is the key factor. If we lose this low here, from a daily's perspective, if we lose this low, close below here, then we'll be taking out all this liquidity down here. Then it'd be bearish, playing back down here, playing back down to range low. So we can't fucking get I think it's scared. Like, scared money don't make no money. That's what they're saying it. But what I'm saying is, fuck that little ideology. What I'm saying is, learn the fucking game, understand what it is, and try to have an open perspective and try to be very critical. Critically thinking is the only way you're gonna make it. You know, the guys on Twitter, the guys on YouTube, your favorite followers as well, ain't gonna do the trade for you. You are gonna do the trade yourself. But what I'm trying to tell you is that if you can, you can't even see myself actually. Fucking hell. Oh yeah. If you can't fucking understand what the chart is trying to say, which is what I'm saying to you, fundamental is one thing, technical is another thing. Either way, whichever you're playing is one thing, but understanding technical analysis, like, you can understand fundamentals to the tick. Like, you could be so sick. I'm like, yo, listen, Mr. I don't know, whoever you are, let's just call it Mr. Fan of Country Club. Mr. Fan of Country Club, you are so sick of fundamental. I'm gonna throw all my cash on you, invest it for me. They'll be investing as they buy now. That's what it really is. Fundamentals are, everyone's fundamentally saying Bitcoin is gonna be bullish. But what I'm saying is, learn technical analysis so you can play the bear market and when to exit and how to play it, bounce it back and forth, and take your probabilities in the right way as well. So actually, like, how many people missed out the pump over here? I'll be honest, I missed out the pump here. This pump here that broke out to this, I missed it. So I started scalping all the way up there. I scalped it. I've been scalp playing this whole thing. Bit of a scalp over there on this upside there. I didn't take the short down there, but I've been scalping it, right? But now it's come back to this main fucking region. That's quite key. What's another fucking important region? Let's have a look. Let's go on the 4 hours. Just briefly, just touch base on this, because I thought I'd just do this quite quickly for you guys. The reason why is because, like, people's gonna be scared. You don't know what the fuck to do, and you're kind of looking for a father figure to actually help you out here. All right, so, like, don't worry about it. Like, Dank's got you here. Okay, I'm gonna help you out as much as I can. So, father figure. So, okay. So this is the range band environment which we talked about. I said this yesterday, that I'm quite happy for price to come back and do a deep pullback into this area here. Now, it's come back into this high there. This is the 19th of September, which we've been range banding here. And up, Papa Dank, thank you for that. So what it is, this is all consolidation. We've been playing this range for 4 weeks straight, man. Like 4 or 5 weeks, I would play this back and forth, a little bit of a deviation, play there. We've took some fucking beautiful trades here. Like, it's been banging. I ain't gonna lie to you, been banging, right? All it's done is breaking out the market structure. Consolidation leads to breakout, leads to a retest. Now the question is this an expansion or is this a deviation? For us to be an expansion, right? So I need to see on a smaller time frame. Let's go to 15 minutes because they start marking that plans. We are starting to establish a range, right? For us to see an expansion, I want to see us take out this high. If we take out this high and it retest and reclaim and hold above it, that's my fucking long over here. Play to target 1, squeeze it into this area. That'll be the next order block that we're focusing on, this area here. And then once we get up there with the target 2, which will be the mid-range of that weekly range at 21.7k. Let's go 21.7k, right? This is a fucking rough number itself. And that's the way that I'll be looking for longs. That's my plan. This is it. Now that we talked about everything in depth, right, in very, like, in terms of a psychological point of view, and to break things down in deeper, we're now going to discuss how we're going to look at the at plans, right, to be bullish and bearish, because I'm guessing Your favorite CTs are probably watching the stream right now, and I, appreciate you guys actually watching this. Your favorite influencers are watching this one because they're probably lost. They don't even know how to trade. Like you got mans like CZ who's making plans, making a killing on the way up, and then I'm guessing he's gonna get some hate now. And I'll tell you one thing: you ain't sticking out your fucking neck out there. You're just like every of these bullshit influencers out there who don't know how to trade and claim to trade. So don't fucking go at people for a wrong idea, for something that's a wrong. It's a loss. It's a loss. They know how to control their losses. They know their risk management. You haven't controlled your risk management. That's why you're here watching all of us influencers, right? Who you're trying to follow. Yeah, you got some big names and whatever. All these big names, and you're trying to follow them because they're trying to advise you what to do. It's not financial advice. You yourself have no control on your own fucking account, and you're gonna go out at my man SC. Are you fucking mad? Don't fucking do that. You'd be stupid as fuck, man. Because if he blocks your fucking account, trust me, you ain't gonna see shit. So just have respect for other people, right? In terms of the what they can do. If they know how to trade, they know how to trade, and they're very strict. Like for myself, I'm very to the point of like I keep my risk management on point. My risk management, I can't over risk, I can't over leverage, I can't do that. I don't do that stupid shit, right? Neither should you guys. But play this level to level, and we're gonna see how this goes. I wasn't in any position. I wasn't the only spot trades I'm gonna be honest about that I was in Doge. I didn't go all in. I bought in Doge, and I was ready to buy Doge after the midterms. I kept saying after midterms it'll be clear. I'm in no other fucking alt but Doge, right? I've got a portion of Doge, money in Doge, and that's it. It's down. It's down. I can't fucking be mad about that. But I was smart with with all the positions. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna hold back. I'm gonna hold back. I'm gonna hold back. I fucking held back. Now it's time for me to start making some fucking peace and rinsing everybody's shorts there or longs, whichever they got. I'm gonna take everybody's piece. That's it. It's a game. It's a nasty game. You don't like it, but I'm gonna take your money. All right? You're gonna trade. You gotta think of this. You're gonna try and take my money. I need to make sure I take your money. And it's vice versa. It's a battle. It's always going to be a battle. So you play this level to level. So now we know we established a range low. This is a range low here. If I was going to be bullish now, all I need to do, like I discussed this, right? This high is capping the market. I need to see price to come back up. This key level here at 19.8k. This level here is previous all-time high at 2017, right? Hold it. I think you hold above these highs there. That's your fucking long. That's your establishment of range. Because we could do then we play the bullish play all the way on the upside to the mid range. Okay. From the mid-range, we'll see what happens. If you reclaim and hold above it, let's fucking go. If we start breaking down, then let's fucking go. Whichever way, we're going to go either way. But I'm going to be patient about this. That's number one. Number two, right, from a scalping point of view, of building up a range, what do we have in particular that's capping the market? Well, to me, right, I can see it's literally this range here, right? This low here, and this high here. That's pretty much the range band environment that you could well play in, okay? Now, if I go on to the 5 minutes, let's have a look at what's going on, right? We've got a double top there, right? But yeah, you can say it's a double top there. We've got a double top there, so the market's going to come back down, right? It's now bounced off this low, right? See this last Daink candle over here? It's bounced off there, it's bounced support. We've got a range band environment, so if I were to... Oh, I should have fucking just drew a range, man. Fucking numpty. From this low here to this high here. That's all it is, okay? We're now at mid-range. I'm not taking any longs, I'm not taking any shorts, right? I'm going to see how we react. If we come to the mid-range and hold above it, and then I can see it, target 1, and then squeeze into target 2, see what happens there. If we come into this area and, into this particular area and starts breaking down, cut the fucking rest of the trade. When we come below the mid-range, play it down to target 1, target 2. That's it. And then we can play it back up. As long as we range ban it, play target 1, target 2, hold the mid-range, reclaim this motherfucker, target 3, target 4. That's all we're doing. We're just going to ping pong the shit out of it back down further. And if it comes back to range high, and then what we're doing is break down, play it back to target 1, target 2. Once we lose this area here, target 3 off here, and then target 4 will be here. And that's it. And that's all we're playing. Range bound environment. That's a very possible scalp. I'm quite happy to play it on the scalping process. I've just given you a fucking key range for you to play. So it's up to you how you guys want to play. So looking at that, I'll talk about Solana. I'll just touch base on Solana in just a second, and I think that's pretty much it. The BNB pretty much tells you the story. The FTX tells you the story. Solana's pegged with, not pegged, but it's got backing by FTX. Of course, it's going to dump quite heavily. But all we've done is a stop run. We'll talk about that in a second there, and that's all it is. If we are going to be bearish, right, lose this low here, take out this liquidity there, and then we see what happens there. At the same time, we know that 19th of September range we talked about, which is right here. Let me show you, and that's 5 minutes, fucking 1 hour. 4 hours. right? If we start to lose this low here, let me hide my face for a second, right? If we get below this high there, it's still support. So I'm not worried at the moment. It doesn't look bad. It's just a break. It's just a retest as well. I'll show you the bullish play. It's a reclaim of this, and we can go up there. So I'm not taking any longs just yet. I'm gonna wait for midterms to happen. By tomorrow we'll have a bit more clear understand what's going on. If it decides to get back down here, finds an order block there, shows bearishness, does something like this. This is my entry. Play it back to the mid range, right? Oops, from the mid range into the mid range, and then once they get below the mid range, I believe we're gonna come back down, take out these liquidity over here. I really do believe we're gonna come back to 18.2k. That's the plan. So I'm ready for both sides of the market. I'm not taking aggressive shorts or longs now. I'm just gonna wait for what the fuck happens. That's all it is. Ethereum's no different. Ethereum's exactly the same bullshit. Ethereum, let me show you this motherfucker right here, right? Look here. What do we have here? We've got a range bound environment, right? This is range low. This is July's low. This is July's high. Deviation retest over here. With consolidation below the mid range. Broke out the mid range. We found resistance at the 75% range. And what's happened is we're coming back to look like a retest of this fucking area. That's all it is. It's the mid range. It's the mid range. You got this thin move over here that popped up. Why can't we have a thin move that come back down? That's all it's done. Nothing to worry about. I mean, everyone's getting all happy over here, but you're getting sad over here. Bro, like, the fuck is wrong with you? Just take it easy. Let it do its thing. No need to stress. If it's going to be bearish, we'll come back below the mid-range. We enter this range-bound environment over here. Play it back down. Mid-range, range low. Once we lose this, come back to fucking 25%. And then we can squeeze it back down to range low. That's the bearish plan. That's the plan for you to actually take a bearish play. But I wouldn't start shorting it. Why? Because this low thing, where we come in at, is at the mid-range of July's motherfucking range. We've had a massive sell-off. We've taken out the stops over there. No problem. This is the range-bound environment. We could break out, retest, hold above it, bullish market structure. A monthly open will be the key. This low here, then this low here, and then once from the monthly open, that's 75% range. Reclaim the 75% range. Reclaim this highs over here. This is the pivot there, and then we can squeeze it up to range high. That's all it is. That's all it is. You're gonna make one day fucking shit yourself out. Just take it easy. You know what I'm saying? Range bound environments, mid ranges, deviation, bingo. Goonie knows it. 100%, my bro. Right? That's all it is. Nothing to fucking worry about, my friend. We have nothing to worry about. We let it establish itself. It's midterms today, man. Nothing's gonna happen, man. The market ain't gonna go to zero without you, bro. Trust me. Like Luna went to zero, but it took a couple of days for it to go to zero. We had the opportunity to enter in. You know what I'm saying? So just relax, right? So we had the first drop now, right? So let's just focus on this on the 15 minutes. We've got a range bound environment, right? So we've got a range low here. I'll probably use this one actually. Probably use this one, just a tighter range, more of a tight. Nah, I wouldn't. Fuck it. I'll use this low here, and I'll probably use this higher, right? This is what I'll use. Okay, cool. Again, deviation, right? We're still in this range there. If it comes back down, all I'm doing is playing it back down to mid range. From the mid range, playing it back down to range low. Let it do its thing. Holds the mid range, range low. I can range bound it back into the mid range. From the mid range back to range high, and I'm gonna ping pong the shit out of it as long as it wants to. Now, if I want to be bullish, right, whatever deviation it does, steps back in, I play the fucking shorts there. Invalidation will be here, for example, okay? Now, the important thing is how to get bullish. How would I say, yo, time to fucking go and let's fly by, motherfuckers, right? It's literally, come on, man, remove, there we go. Yeah, how do I get in ball, right? You see this high in particular, right? Look at this high. That's gap in the market, right? Which means that if we were to come back up, come back there, retest, and do something like that, that's bearish, because it's bearish market structure. Not only that, short, stop loss there, take it, we found resistance off the high there, right? So then we can play the shorts there. How would I get bullish? For me to get bullish, right, is something like this. Once we get back up, reclaim and hold above it, this is now your final confirmation. Well, I would have entered over here, for example, because we've taken out the highs over there. But then we play it back into this area here and back into 1570 area here. And then level to level, I think that's the monthly open. Then from the monthly open, we've got an efficiency over there, squeeze up to 75% range. If we reclaim the 75% range, we'll keep going. It's pretty much as simple as that. That's all we're looking at. But until then, we've got all these things to worry about. Now, how would I be bearish? Right? Short-term bearish. You know what I'm saying? We've already established a range. How do we play this? Well, once it comes back down, what we're looking for, if it comes back down, finds resistance of this low here, for example, right? That is my confirmation. Take a quick short back into 1400 area. That's the mid-range. July's mid-range, and that's all I'm doing. Does it hold back up and get back into the range and then step back into it? I don't fucking know, but we'll find out very soon. We can play it level to level. There's nothing to worry about. We've had such a drastic drop. I do expect some consolidation here. Then come on Wednesday, I think once the midterm, the Republicans or the fucking, I want my truth for, yeah, bro. Did I really say that? Oh, did I really say all three of them? You got the bingo game in it. That's what it is, bastard. What a geezer. Love you, bro. Oh. So that's the gist of it. That really is the gist of it. Once we have tomorrow's done, we'll have an understanding of what the fuck's going on. Until then, stay safe. Either if you know how to leverage trade, you can day trade and scalp trade, which we've done some plans on BTC and Ethereum. If you don't know how to trade, not don't know how to trade. If you're not confident in trading this, stay out of it. I've said this over and over again, and I'm not going to change what I'm saying. Stay out of it. Come back to it on Wednesday. Once Wednesday comes and we know who wins and whatever, we can have understanding of what's going on. We'll look at what dollar index is doing, what the stock markets are doing, and look what BTC and Ethereum is doing, and then we'll play there. So be very, very fucking careful. Does that make sense, everybody? Just to quickly touch on Solana, because I was asked about Solana quickly. All is done. Nothing much. I'm not really worried again. So stop run, man. All we've done is just stop run of these lows here, and that's it. Okay? Now, we've wicked into it. Take out these stops there. We're holding into it. Now, if I were to look at like fucking the weekly, right? What we've done really, right? Delete this for a second. Right. Look at last week, right? I'm just going to focus on last week, right? And this candle here. This candle in particular, right? And now I'm going to call it a day, right? What time is it now? Fucking an hour and 7 minutes. Surely you guys are bored. So yeah, I just want you to focus on this particular candle here, right? So this particular candle, let me just get my red color. Some of you guys might call it pink, but fuck you guys. So this particular candle here, right? What happened last week? Last week we took out the highs there, done, finished. We closed within the range, right? There's liquidity resting here. We've taken out the lows here, done. So which means now, right? Cryptic's laughing already. So now we know we've got a range bound environment over here. If you want to play it level to level, short term basis, day trades here and there, we can start marking this level out, right? So we've got this high here and this low there, right? Let's just work out Solana, right? We know $34 is the mid range, macro mid range. We found resistance over here. It's a range bound environment from these highs here and this low. It's not particularly on point, but it doesn't fucking matter. We're just going to talk about what the market is saying right now. Looking at the daily, and as you can see, right, you can see it was a quick deviation above the fucking highs, right, weekly highs, and then we did a wick and we closed into here. So now that we close at the range low, it gets a little bit more interesting now, isn't it, right? How many of you guys actually bought at $37? I'm guessing there's a number of them because they saw Google like, yo, Google, let's fucking go, because I use Google all the fucking time. I don't fucking use Bing or AskJeeves or Yahoo.com. Fuck out of here. You know, I'm using Google. So you're thinking Google this, Google that, suck a fucking dick. Like, I'll be honest with you, it's all just a partnership, man. It's all partnerships. You know, you don't it's orange fam, not pink. Fuck you, I think FOCC. It's not hot pink as well, man. It's just pink. It's not. It's you guys, man. Oh man, you guys make me go like spin around like a fucking merry-go-round. But anyway, so you guys, like, a lot of people saw the Solana fucking pump, right? Saw the Solana, like, I didn't even talk about Solana. I was like, yeah, okay, it's just a fucking Google announcement. It was on the bear market rally. I'll play the market as it comes if it holds support. It didn't give anything. It just fucking started dumping. So now the interesting thing is, really and truly, is this. Is that we're at this range low. Let's go on to the 15 minutes. Well, let's go on the 1 hour, see what happens. What's going on the 1 hour? How does it look like? Well, motherfucker, what happened? We've just reclaimed it. It looks like we've reclaimed it. I don't mind a pullback in these areas. So let's focus on this area, right? This is the 1 hour, right? This is it. We've just reclaimed it. Now, I don't mind if we do a deeper pullback into here. I don't really mind it. No problem. Let's do a deeper pullback. If it comes in a deeper pullback in here, holds into this, I can take an aggressive long right here with a stop loss there, in hopes with idea to get back into the range low and then go back up to 25% and then mid range. That's what we're looking for, right? That's for me to actually play there, and that's my invalidation right here. If it comes back into this area here to range low at $28.10 or so like that, and starts finding resistance, starts breaking down, I'll cut the rest of the trade. We're going to come back down here, and it looks like we're going to end up losing it, take out liquidity over here. Okay, so keep an eye on Link. This looks red hot, so keep your eyes on Link. All right, safe man. So yeah, what we're looking for now, right? On Solana, we'll just show you like a deeper pullback on Solana. If right, you can see from the initial bounce, right? So once we have this low, this deviation here, we make this first initial high here. We've taken out the high there. We close above it there. Now it's holding support. You know what, guys? I think I'm taking a long on Solana. I'm down to take a long on Solana, right? The invalidation is over here, right? Like invalidation has to be quite low, right? What time's that? 11:36. I'll probably get a couple of minutes before I can actually make a plan on that on entry. But I'll do the plan right now actually on Solana. Fuck it, let's do it. So this is the plan, right? So this is the low, this is the high, right? That's the high, and this area here, all right? We're gonna see if we take out these highs here. Right. So if we take out these highs here and hold above there, that's your entry line. That's your confirmation entry, playing it back up to 25% range and hold above it. We'll go back into mid range. From the mid range, see what happens. If we hold above it, go back into 75 and then range high. That's what we're looking for, nothing else, right? Because we're in that range we're playing, right? Now that's the first plan. The second plan is a pullback. Now the pullback scenario is literally this, right? Let it do its thing, right? Do its thing, come back down, right? If it comes back into here, holds into here, I can enter in right there. Again, invalidation will have to be here. Reclaim, we can start playing it back up as per plan. Or the deeper pullback is that you see this inefficiency right here. There's some inefficiency here. I wouldn't mind if price come back down, holds into this area here. I can enter in there. My invalidations here. I got a tie to entry, and I play it back into this area. See how we reclaim. And this area will be the key bit. Do we find resistance? If we start finding resistance, come back into this area. I have to cut the trade because we're gonna come back to itself on range low. Or do we actually do the bullish plan, which will be literally reclaim, hold above it, play 25 mid-range, from the mid-range. If we break down, cut the fucking trade. If we actually hold above it, 75, and range high. And then we'll see what happens as we go on. And obviously we got the macro, like I said, not macro, the November bullish momentum. If we get a bit of a momentum, if not, we'll see how it goes level to level. All right, cool. Any questions before I head off? Actually, 1 hour, 12 minutes, not too bad, to be honest. It was not too bad. I thought this was going to go for like an hour and 45, you know. Need to get my eyes checked. Bro, you just need to get checked out yourself, man. You're telling me that I'm fucking blind. I know I'm colorblind, bro, right? But like, I'm not that bad. This is red, fam. Big love to you guys. All right, cool, guys, man. Let's have a look. Wait. Yes, Goonie, what's up? Yeah, I'm colorblind. Yeah. That's why the guys take the piss. They take the piss. They're saying like, yeah, it's pink, fam. And they always argue with me. But to me, it literally is red. I'm seeing this as red. I don't know how this is pink to you. I don't know. Well, I know I'm colorblind, but I'm not that bad. I don't think I'm bad. Right then. Red, fuck off. This man is colorblind and he's arguing about colors. Oh, fucking hell. You might as well just call me a dickhead then, innit? Hey, my bro, do you see ES go past 38.40? Yes, let's have 38.40. Well, that's the thing is, right, we've got to establish a range band environment. For us to get back... See, the thing is, right, we're at the mid-range here. So I do think, right, if we come back into this area, we've got to see what happens in this area. Once we reclaim and show bullish market structure and keep taking out these highs, then I can say, yeah, we're going to keep on going, right? That would be entry. And that would be the next set of targets there, which would be around 38.76, I believe, 77. And then from 38.77, this will be, major resistance there. Do we break down, right? If it breaks down, I'll cut the trade. But if you Come on, man. There we go. But if we actually reclaim and hold above it, then I can say back to 39.25. And that's what we'll see. It's a range bound environment of this area here, of this particular September's range. That's what it is. Is this September's range? No, it's not fucking September's range. It's something. No. This is the range band. Yeah, that's it. It's a range band environment from this low here to this high here. That's what it is. Probably tighten it up actually. You know, I could just tighten it up. Makes sense a bit if I tighten it. Let's have a look. If I tighten it, what the fuck is going on here? That's a yellow range. Let me have a look. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. One day. To be fair, probably will have to use it like this, from this low to this high. From this low to this high. Yeah, even like that, it still looks bullish though. Because if you think about it, if I remove this for a second, right, where are we at? Well, we found rejection of the mid-range, of September's mid-range, right? That's one thing. Let's do it on the daily, 4 hours. Right? We found rejection of September's mid-range. We've broken market structure on the downside, right? Because this would have acted like a lower high. We've broken above it, hold above it. So it does look like we're going to come into this area here. From this area, come back into 30, I think into the mid-range, which is around 38.80. That's what it looks like to me, September's mid-range. Once we get back up, again, look, we'll have to wait for midterm, for increased probability. Once we reclaim and hold above this, that's when you know you're fucking 75% range high. That's what we're looking for, September's range. Until then, because what we could do is we come back into this area consolidation right over here, right? This particular area itself, come back as a retest into the mid-range, break down, and then this is your shorting opportunity. Like this is your hard stop there. Play it back down, 25, play it back down to 36.50, which is like the 2021's range low, and then going back down to range September's range low. Nah. So I know you guys are messing. You know what the thing is with you guys, right? Like I can take a joke. I can generally take a joke. If you guys take the piss out of me, call me this, call me names or whatever, I can take it. Because like, just be prepared. If you call me names and call me like, you know, swear at me or whatever, like the one thing you guys need to understand about me is that I take a joke a bit too far. So if you start, yeah, it's up to you. I like to rip into people, and I you know, it's a bit of fun to me, right? But if you guys are willing to actually take out, you know, come at me and, you know, rip into me a little bit, I can take a joke. I'll rip into you too as well. I'll find a moment to rip into you. There will be a day everybody in the whole fucking group, Goonie will be number 1. Daink Country Club will have to be number 2. The rest will have to get ripped into. Eventually, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. I won't rip into your trading styles because that's fucked. But I'll rip into something else. But you know, as we get to know each other, we'll fucking, you'll get hurt. You get hurt. Right. Alright, cool. Thanks for the alpha as usual. Going to get some lunch. Bless you, my bro. 2 hours ahead of you. Have a good day, everyone. Take care of yourself, Paul. Good to have you there. Daink Country Club, you're the only time you did nothing. A skin face once and fucking a skin face. Alright then, skin face. You're gonna get fucked one day really, really bad. He's saying bring it, bro. Cool, guys. That's it pretty much as well in terms of the whole crypto analysis itself and the in-depth analysis there. Those who actually are, you know, who just came in or whatever, I do recommend you just watch it again, especially the bit when I talked about the psychological aspect as well and trying to calm things down in terms of ES and the Dow and Nasdaq. Go back into that because there's alpha there. There's a lot of alpha for you to put it into your own strategy itself. Nothing to worry about itself. In my opinion, I'm not worried. Neither should you. We should be worried once we get down to key levels, which I explained where the shorts are in terms of Bitcoin. If it gets below 19.6k, I believe, it's fucking bad, right? Then we start looking for shorts. Until then, it's just like support. Ethereum is like is that mid-range of July's mid-range, approximately just above there. It's still support. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing for me to short here. It's midterm. Stay safe. Either you day trade or you scalp trade if you're comfortable with it and confident about it. Do it. If you're not confident to do it or comfortable to actually day trade and scalp trade in this messy environment, don't do it. Just wait tomorrow, man. Just take it easy. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Take it, guys. See you later.